We knew we had a war and we all had to help. And it didn't matter when I did it, whether it's night or day, I worked, all of us.
Around the turn of the century, Nestor Clary Painter came into this world destined to play a significant role in this country's development. Schooled by her teacher father, Miss Painter became an artist, musician, photographer, and businesswoman. She worked as secretary to the Attorney General for some 14 years. While working as a secretary, Miss Painter developed her skills as a painter and a photographer. Her photography went all around the world on postcards depicting various aspects of St. Vincent.
I did photography in my spare time at nights, and I taught my nieces to help me to carry on. Then I taught boys to run the studio in the day when I was at work, and I would work at nights when I come until 1, 2 in the morning, do the developing. And retouching, in those days they had modern cameras. You had to use a pen thing to take out all the lines in the faces and all of that. I did those things. And then I did photography and I carried it on until it was settled down finally to hotel. But it was photography that put me in the hotel business, because I had to get a big house and our home couldn't do that, where we lived in town there, you see? So I had photography as my main background to give me all I possess today.
Photography supplemented Miss Painter's meager income from the civil service. Her entry into the hotel industry catapulted her into the wider business world. She started her hotel business at Middle Street, then to a building on the spot now occupied by the Singer Building. Her guests came from far and near.
Well, I mostly had a lot of professional men. They used to come, professor, or going to the souffle and things like that. The professor would come and stay with me, and even when I came up here, some up here too, because they were able to use the room I had to do their own developing and do their own work, what they had to do at nights too. But my house, the headmaster, Mr. W.M. Lopi, I think he was William Marcus, was his name, and he used to call my house the grammar school house. So whenever he had masters coming in, he sent them to me, because some started just like $50, $60 a month, because they weren't working for any money those days.
One of the persons whom Miss Painter had charge of was a young student called James Mitchell.
Mitchell stayed with me in his later days when he was doing his more senior work in Sharp Street, when I was down there. And then when he went away and came back, when he was to go to Camden Park, I think he spent a few days up there while there for me too. So I used to call him my son up to now, and he's still my son. He's a very nice man. He still looks about me.
My mother put me in the hands of Clary Painter, and for those of you who hate my position in politics, or those who love it, can blame Clary Painter for what she made of me. Clary, I want to thank you for all that you did in those days when I needed lots of guidance.
Miss Painter recently sold her Kingston Park guest house and cut the ribbon to open its replacement, the Camelot Inn. Nestor Painter was not just a businesswoman. She was involved with charitable and other organizations geared toward the development of her country.
When we brought the police force van here to help to raise funds, and then we had the YWC, I helped to build that by fundraising too. And the Memorial Hall also, I was with that. And then we had the netball, then we had the Red Cross came in, and I became a foundation member of the Red Cross. I'm still a live member of that. When we had fundraising for our guide concert, I used to play upstairs the library. It was at the concert hall, the violin those days. And then I had the only one who had a Hawaiian guitar. I used to play the Spanish guitar too with it. My father was a musician, in fact. He first taught me to play the violin. And then we played from the violin. I played right down from the quattro, the ukulele, name it.
In 1991, Miss Painter received a well-deserved MBE for her contribution to national development. Today, Miss Painter still lives at Kingston Park, and she has fond memories of a full life and takes pride in her achievements.
I was always a stubborn person. They could never put anything over me. I was able to hold my own, like my father used to tell us. Be truthful anyhow in whatever you do it truthfully, for the good Lord overhead sees what you do. And who you could help, help, and I've been doing it until now.
Nestor Clary Painter, a pioneering woman, a patriot, a nation builder.
All your aspirations